Hi, I want to take you through a piece of software called Quickbooks Self Employed that I've been using for the past couple of years. Well, I used it last tax year. This tax year I haven't put in, well, I put a few transactions in, but I haven't put much in it. I haven't been using it in earnest because when I used it last tax year, I couldn't split out my projects. So I had a few different initiatives. Like I was doing some food delivery driving, I was doing some eBay selling, and I couldn't get it all. Well, I put it all together in here and done my self-assessment tax return, but I couldn't split out to see how much profit I'd made on each one, if that makes sense. I was going to come in here, do a quick video on it for you all, and then just cancel a subscription because it didn't meet my needs with regards to projects. But I've come in today and absolutely delighted. There's a new function that allows you to tag transactions so you can analyze them. And I'm going to show you that now. So what I've done is I've put a few transactions in here just throughout the summer there, just a handful. These are my food delivery ones. I've put one eBay sales in, which was a food delivery one as well, but I've just changed the description to say it's an eBay sales just for the sake of this video. You can see I've got Uber Eats, done some driving for Uber Eats, also done some driving for a company called Blythe Eats in the local area I was staying over the summer. So I made a bit of money off each, not so much on Uber, but I was doing predominantly Blythe Eats because it was a better deal, better money. And it's this bit here, this is new, the tags. I came in today, and if you look up here on the settings, accountant's new, so that looks like you can do something either link an accountant, give an accountant access, or look for an accountant. I'm not sure what that is, I haven't looked at it yet. But down here, manage tags, this was new as well, because I've already been into it, it's not showing as new anymore. But this wasn't even here over the summer, I believe. I'm not sure when it was introduced, but I didn't get any email about it or anything, unless if I did, I missed it, which is disappointing. But the tags is quite powerful. I'm not sure about how it's been implemented. It's quite powerful, but a bit cumbersome the way you enter them. So basically, you create groups. You can see I've got two groups here. One's called clients and one's called projects. I'm not using clients. I've just put it in as an example, but I've also put one client in called Joe's Builders. And I've also put 3 projects in. I've put a food delivery project, eBay, and YouTube. So these projects are my sort of different income streams for this year, this tax year. So each income transaction I can tag to one of these projects, if you like, these tags. So obviously the Blythe Eats, Uber Eats ones will be tagged to food delivery, and then the eBay sales will be tagged to eBay. Now, if you've got like different income streams, different things you're trying out, because obviously I'm on the road a lot, I travel throughout the year, and I just do bits of work here and there as and when I want to, just to top up income. I've got some sort of passive income like property rental, which isn't on here, and I need to look into whether this software can do that or not. That's another thing for another day, though. I'll do another video on that if I decide to do that. I'm currently handling property income in a separate software altogether, and then just adding it into the self-assessment at the end of each year. But you can do different tag groups in here, which is great. This is what the software was missing, and they've probably managed to keep a customer now in myself because they've done this. It's still a bit cumbersome the way you add these and edit them and everything, but you know, you can do it. And then here you can click on add tags here. So I see this transaction here for £85 for Blythe Eats. I can click on add tag there, and it doesn't really add tag. It's the same as clicking on this thing here, which I don't like about it. I'd prefer just a little drop down there where I can add a tag. That's what I asked to do, add a tag. But you actually come in here, not the end of the world, but it's not very streamlined, because it just basically expands the whole transaction where you can add the notes, you can add a receipt. It's not really just adding a tag, is it? I don't know why they put that there. They might as well just let you click on that. So if I put food delivery there, not sure what that Joe's Builder is there. It's probably just saying I haven't selected a client, but I'm not going to add that anyway, so click on save there. Right, and that's a good thing about the software as well. What's done there is because I've added Blythe Eats as business income, it'll say, do you want to apply this rule? To say anytime you have a transaction for Blythe Eats, you can set it as business income. So you can apply that also to past transactions as well. What's good about that then is if you add your bank account and it sees a payment each week from Blythe Eats because you've been delivering or Uber Eats, you create these rules and it'll automatically assign it to business income, so you don't need to go in and assign that to business income. What would be good as well is if it extended those rules, which it probably doesn't or hasn't, I haven't checked, but if it extended the rules to the tags as well. So for example, Blythe Eats income on my bank statement should be assigned to business income and also be tagged as food delivery, because that's what I was actually doing there. I was actually tagging it as food delivery. Anyway, we've tag that so you can see there, and what I don't like about this as well is it's just showing up as a little green blob. So basically it's just saying I've assigned a project to it. Obviously I think there'd be a little red blob here as well as the green one if I assigned it a client. I'm not using a client, I just put that in as an example of having been able to have more than one set of tags. Personally, I'd have preferred like the name, or if that wouldn't fit in, then something like I could use green for Blythe Eats and then maybe red for Uber Eats, so it had a green blob and blue for eBay sales, and it would have a blue blob for eBay sales, but it might get tweaked as they go, because I wouldn't say it's been rushed in, but it's not great the way it works, but it might work better for others. It doesn't really work great for what I want to do because I still can't see from that green blob at a glance which is food delivery and which is eBay sales. I can only look at the description, or I can hover over each transaction to see that was eBay and that was food delivery. Again, instead of clicking on this add tag, if you just click on this, it's doing exactly the same thing and just expanding the transaction. You can click on manage tags here, which goes back to the same setup screen for the... I was wondering if I could have like just groups with no tags underneath. Probably not. So a red group would be like eBay sales, a green would be Blythe Eats. And then, because all I'm interested in really is seeing income for the different, well, income and expenditure, profit basically for each of the initiatives or projects or whatever you want to call them, income streams that I'm doing each year. Which leads us onto the reports, because that's where you can actually see that. It's not the end of the world that you can't see it here, because you still can look at it in reporting. So if I click on, so you can see, I'll just first of all just say I've got £320 here assigned to eBay sales, and I've got a £30 and an £85 for Blythe Eats. Both should be allocated to food delivery. You just need to make sure that your transactions are allocated to the correct tags. But if I go into reports now and I look at profit and loss, I can look at the profit and loss for the current tax year. If I click on view, you can see that my total income was 843. I've got no expenses because I haven't put any in, basically. And that's for all projects, so that's ideal. That's what goes to the taxman on a self-assessment form. This information here is categorized by your self-assessment. If you click on the tags here, this is where it comes into its own now. So if I look at the project and I want to say, right, let's have a look at my food delivery. Because the reason I want to do this as well is to see how much I've made on each initiative and then compare to how much time I'm spending. So food delivery there, you can see I've done £116, which I think was the £30 and about the 80 odd pound will add up to 116. Basically the two transactions. You can see there at the top it's saying this is only for food delivery. That is exactly what I'm looking for. I'm not, obviously the 843 is good from a overview, overall perspective, and for the taxman, I want to know exactly, like I've done £116 on food delivery. So if I turn that off and I turn eBay on, I can see that I've now done 321 on eBay. Yeah, that is absolutely tremendous and exactly what I'm after. Because what I can then do and think about is say, well, okay, I've made 321 on eBay, which is a lot more than food delivery. But as it happens, I might have spent like 90 to 95% of my time doing eBay and spent far too much time doing it, which is still one thing missing from this software, sort of time management. But you can't sort of expect that, I suppose. One way I've just thought you could potentially do that is have a group on your tags called time, and then for each of your income transactions, you could put how long you've spent. It doesn't have to be by the hour or by the minute. It could be just something like, short, medium, long, just 3 categories of time. So when I allocated, say, a week's worth of payment for Blythe each year, £30, I could say that just took a short length of time to make that £30, whereas the eBay 320 for that might be a week's payment, or it might just be a one-off, or it might be a day. You could just put a tag in to say how long it took you to do that. That might be long. I'll have to give that a go, because I'm just then wondering how that would show in reports if I had 2 tags. I'll just go back to this report and just have a little look. I've only got one more tag, which is clients at the moment. I might set that up and see if it works, because I'm saying it's not got time management. I don't want fully fledged time management, sorry. I just want something to say. I mean, to be honest, it's not a deal breaker anyway. The deal breaker was the projects. Now I've got that. That's absolutely fantastic. I can now look at each of the projects I'm doing and see, I can make a view, because I know how long I'm spending on eBay. I know how long I'm spending going out doing food delivery. So it's not the end of the world that it doesn't do time management as such, because, I know in my head how long it's taken to do each thing. I probably don't. It's not religious that I need to record that. It just helps me for going into the following tax year, or even part way through the year. I might decide, right, eBay, I'm making a bit of money out of it, but it's taking far too much of my time, and I don't want to be spending that much time doing something. The more passive income I can get, the better. Where, it's a utopia, isn't it? It's like you want money for sitting around doing nothing. So there's kind of schemes that I'm looking at doing. I've got a couple set up actually, whereby I'm making sales. eBay is one. Like, if you're doing that kind of stuff, you can make sales without doing too much work and still reap the rewards. I can go into all that kind of stuff in later videos if anybody's interested. But for now, this video was just a quick introduction to the Quickbooks Self Employed in the UK. Really great piece of software, and like I say, I used it last year and I was going to ditch it this year until I found this tags, because that was the one major thing that was missing from my use case, was the projects, to be able to see from multiple different income streams. But that might not be your use case. If you're just a self-employed person wanting to use this software for one sort of self-employed business, you might be like a mobile hairdresser, for example, and only want to record that data. This software is absolutely ideal. As long as you think the £9.60 per month is acceptable. What's that? It's about 110 quid a year. A bit more, maybe it's 120. Yeah, say 120 quid a year would be £10 a month. Spot on. Can't fault it for 120 quid a month if you're making more income than that. Obviously, if you're not making 10 quid a month, I would suggest you probably look at what you're actually doing, because you need to make a lot more than that to sort of cover costs and everything. But I think £9.60 a month is peanuts for something like this that can handle it. It handles all your tax return each year. So there's taxes there. So you can see there. This is the tax return for the data that's in the system at the moment for the current tax year. Obviously, it's not due until April 22, but you can see it building up. You can even click on here as well to see the self-assessment 103 box numbers. Absolutely fantastic. So you get your self-assessment return. I know it's online now, but if you had a printed copy, you just put 0 into box 17, you put £101 into box 20. Can't go wrong. I mean, what's not to like about that? Obviously, there's not much data in here because it's not a full year's worth and I've only got a few sample transactions in, but you know, it's even got help on it telling you what's allowable expenses and that as well. Great stuff. Can't fault it. Get it if you're running any kind of self-employed company. If you're a sole trader, if you're not VAT registered, this is definitely the way to go. Hope you like this video. I'll bring some more out. If you want more of this covered, let us know in the comments, because it obviously does mileage and everything as well. Again, if you're doing food deliveries, if you're doing mobile work, if, like I said, the mobile hairdressers would benefit greatly from the mileage, because you can obviously offset the mileage you're doing against the income you're getting to reduce your tax liability. That's what you need to be doing. Obviously, you don't want to be telling taxman, I've made £843 this year. You want to be telling them I've made 843 minus the 101 I've spent on mileage, which is 740. So you're minimising your tax liability there, which is exactly where this software can save you all the money you've spent on it anyway. But yeah, subscribe, like the video, and click the bell icon, and you'll get notified of any future videos I release. I'm around traveling, doing bits. If that's what you're interested in, I'm doing bits and pieces to make income, just to top my spending money up that I have saved. So if you're interested in that kind of thing, and it's the kind of thing you're doing, then stay tuned, and I'll try and bring out as many of these videos and content I can. Thanks for watching. Cheers. Bye.